Okay, boys, today we're talking about the most arrogant creatures on planet Earth. Not billionaires, not crypto bros, pigeons. Yeah, those gray, empty-headed, bobble-headed sidewalk loafers that think that they are God's chosen species. These things do not pay rent. They don't have jobs, but man, they strut around like they just closed a $1 billion deal with Elon Musk. Do you ever walk down a sidewalk and see a pigeon in your way? A normal animal will move for the apex predator. Cats run, squirrels dart, even raccoons will just shuffle off into the bushes to go do whatever little raccoony things they're doing. But pigeons, no. Pigeons just stare at you like you are the intruder. They look you dead in the eyes, bob their heads, and basically say, "Yeah, chump, go around. This is pigeon turf." And of course you do. Every single time. Don't lie to me and don't lie to yourself. Nobody has ever walked through a pigeon standoff and come out on top. And that's really the thing. Pigeons don't just walk, they strut, they swagger. They've got that head bob thing, like they're listening to beats only they can hear. Probably pigeons' diss tracks about humanity. Meanwhile, I get nervous asking for extra napkins at Taco Bell. Who gave pigeons this level of confidence? I would like to know. If you really think about it, pigeons operate a lot like a mafia. You never see one pigeon alone. There's always a crew, always backup, waiting around the corner. You drop a crumb and suddenly you're reenacting Goodfellas. That bread does not belong to you anymore. That's pigeon property. And these pigeons, these birds, they treat it like protection money. Hey, nice sandwich you got there. Be a shame if something happened to it, or your windshield. And they'll follow you. Drop one fry and you've got 3 blocks of feathered mobsters tailing you like they're making sure you don't rat to the cops. I saw a group once corner an entire hot dog stand. One pigeon strutted up, puffed out his chest like he was the boss, and the rest just waited for his signal before going to town. They attacked that poor guy. It wasn't lunch, it was a board meeting. It was that scene from Goodfellas where Joe Pesci takes a baseball bat and I don't know, I've never seen Goodfellas. We gotta talk about pigeons and cars. 2 tons of steel coming right at them at 40 miles per hour and the pigeons don't care. A car honks and they don't fly off. They just scoot 3 inches and glare like, "Come on, buddy, I'm eating asphalt gum here. You think I'm scared of your Toyota Corolla?" Science says that pigeons don't fear cars because they're pigeony brains. They process them like they're just slow-moving animals, which honestly, that makes a lot of sense. That's why they always wait until the last possible second to flutter up and land 6 inches away. That's not instinct, that is taunting. That is psychological warfare. Meanwhile, if I see a bicycle coming, I will leap straight into traffic to avoid getting clipped. Pigeons, they'll let a F-150 roll over their tail feathers and still finish eating a soggy French fry they found on the sidewalk. But let's face it, their true weapon is poop. And this isn't random. This is precision bombing. These things are running coordinated airstrikes. They will ignore the sidewalk completely, the sidewalk that is right there, and aim right for your fresh jacket, your brand new sneakers, or even the car that you washed the day before. I am convinced that pigeons host these weird little war councils like in Dr. Strangelove where they assign targets. "All right, boys, red Toyota, 3rd parking lot, 1,500 hours sharp. Don't miss." And they don't. They don't miss. And it's never on your lazy day. It's always when you got somewhere important to be. You're on your way to a date, boom, soiled. Baptized by a pigeon. Job interview? Oh, congratulations! You've been marked by the bird mob. And do you know what is absolutely insane? Pigeons used to be respected. They were war heroes, messengers in battle. They carried life or death intel across enemy lines. Nations depended on these doofy little birds, and now they just hang out in parking garages, eating stale Doritos and glaring at you like failed street magicians, wondering why you didn't pick the right card. And really, that is the scam of the century. They went from being soldiers to freeloaders, and humanity we just let it happen. We build statues for them. We feed them in public squares. We literally design our cities to accommodate these feathered con artists. Rats get traps. Cockroaches get spray. But pigeons? Pigeons get monuments and free bread. If reincarnation is real, I don't want to come back as a lion or an eagle. I want to come back as a pigeon. Free housing, free food, and unlimited disrespect for everything and everyone else. That is the life that I want to live. So here's some facts I just made up. A Harvard study found that 97% of humans will lose a staring contest with pigeons, and the other 3% are just lying. There was a pigeon in London that lived to be 33 years old because people just kept feeding him chips. That bird is now the queen. And finally, a fun fact for you. Pigeons can recognize themselves in mirrors, which means that they know exactly how smug they look when they're blocking your path. This one time I tried to scare a pigeon off of a bench so I could sit down. I clapped my hands, I stomped my foot, I yelled. Nothing. The bird just looked at me, turned around, and then took a crap on the bench where I wanted to sit. I didn't win that battle. I just went home. That's his bench now. Another time, a pigeon flew into my house through an open window. Now, instead of panicking like a normal bird, it just walked around the place like it was inspecting it for fire hazards. It didn't fly into a wall, didn't flap around in a panic. It just casually strode across my floor like it was doing a home appraisal. And when it left me a rent bill. At the end of the day, pigeons don't just survive. They thrive. They are the undefeated champions of urban arrogance. You have never beaten a pigeon. You have never stared a pigeon down successfully. You have never walked straight through a group of them without flinching when they explode into feathers at the last second. Even New York rats look at pigeons and go, ugh, those guys are too much. And when rats, literal dumpster dragons, think that you're cocky, you know you've overstepped. But the pigeons, they don't care. They're cool with it. So yeah, pigeons, the landlords of every sidewalk in every city of this entire planet, these smug, arrogant, bobble-headed little gangsters who think that the entire planet belongs to them. And maybe they're right, maybe that's what they're planning, because let's face it, if aliens ever did invade, pigeons are not fighting for us. They will be negotiating our surrender, and they'll probably have the nerve to still demand breadcrumbs from us at the end. So yeah, pigeons suck, but at least they're not seagulls. Seagulls are evil. So I totally did not forget to film this part, which is why it all looks a little bit different right now, because I'm totally not doing this hours after I filmed the first part. It just did not happen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this dumb rant about, what was it, penguins, I think? Please tell me why. Comment below, and of course, while you're down there, check out the link in the video description and go become a patron on Patreon. You can support me and this dumb page for $5 a month. That's it. Or you can become a YouTube channel member. Either way, you get these videos early, because who would not want a ray of sunshine like this early in your life? And, of course, I would like you to comment the words, "Pigeons are terrible," in the comments below so that I can differentiate the true dedicated fans from the posers. And the next time you go to a big city and there's a big open place and there's a group of pigeons just congregating in the middle for no reason, I don't know, maybe they found a hot dog bun or something, you give in to that childlike temptation to just run straight for them and make them all fly away. Because you know what? If the pigeon could trade places with you, it would do it. So you need to get them before they get you. Pigeons suck.